if you've made no contribution, lied about, fooled about, cutting essential services like daycare and healthcare, we are not going to allow City Hall to set this record in a different way. We are going to make sure that this budget negotiation is fair and just and meets the needs of the workers and the people who you represent and serve so very well.
Let Mayor Bloomberg come back for a third term. You know, he said he was here to save us from a bad economy. But he is delivering to us the greatest cuts to education, to child care, to libraries that we have seen since the fiscal crisis of the 1970s. I don't feel saved. Do you feel saved?
I will never receive the respect or the recognition I deserve for doing what I do. But I'm just one of over 1 million public sector employees who get up and go to work every day to make our communities a better place to live. No one cares more about our communities than AFSCME, public sector employees. We provide the essential services, the same services that so many people take for granted. We get up and we go to work every day, and we make our communities safe, and we make them clean, and we make them an enjoyable place for people to call home. And we do this because we're AFSCME, and we care.
If you take these jobs out of the city, those jobs don't come back. You take the services out of the city, those services are lost forever. They don't come back. I mean, they're cut. What we've seen over the last decade is cut upon cut upon cut upon cut. So not only does government cease to function in the way that it should, but we're losing the economic value of the whole process. And DC37 is in the forefront and standing up against these cuts. And leadership has been extraordinarily smart about it. They understand where these cuts are, and they do push back. But what really has to happen is we got to get more revenue into the system.
The mayor's totally wrong on this. We know that there's a lot of waste that happens with his budget in areas of education and in other areas. We could find the money. If these proposed cuts go and come to fruition, it would totally devastate the way services are being rendered out of my office. It would devastate the way services are being rendered in the Bronx and throughout the city of New York as it pertains to park, EMS workers, libraries, clerical, daycare centers. And so, you know, it's mind-boggling because on one hand, you can't say you want to help save money in the short term, but if you lay off all of the people, and it's not just the proposal, it's the way he's doing it. It's the vilification of the membership of the DC37 members, as if they're not taxpayers, as if they're not hardworking New Yorkers, as if they haven't helped build this city, as if they don't provide a service that people need, that if you don't give now, in the long term, it's going to be even more expensive.
This is nothing but union busting, plain and simple. The mayor of the city of New York is seeking to destroy the labor movement in the city of New York. Mr. Mayor, this is not Wisconsin. We will fight you tooth and nail. No layoffs. This is a labor town. We can do better than that. This is a progressive town, an enlightened town. And I say no. I stand with DC37 always.
Budget cuts is going to not only cripple the city, it's going to devastate working class families, especially at the time when you have a $3.1 billion surplus. You got $3 billion in a so-called rainy day fund. Well, Mayor, it's raining today. We need that now. You have another batch of money that they're looking over to stop the layoffs. You want to cut something? Cut the tax breaks for the rich. You want to tax something? Tax the rich. We don't need the CUNY, the fees going up, tuition going up. We don't need the subway, the transit fare going up. That's a tax. We don't need those kind of taxes. Tax the rich.
What we're here for, no, the rain or it's going to damp our spirit. We're here to support our workers. That's what we're here for. We also talked about I propose the collection of revenue in the city of New York. We believe the city can collect an additional $840 million in revenue from business without raising any taxes, simply by hiring the right people. We have people who work in several agencies and revenue-generating titles that have been cut to the bare bones, and as a result of it, are not allowed to collect the revenue that they are entitled to. We believe that by simply hiring some titles, this city will be able to collect $840 million and won't have to lay off teachers, won't have to close firehouses, and will not have to eliminate child care for a lot of our communities. So, Mr. Mayor, this is a message to you. This is a message to the City Council. We have been working very hard to make sure this city runs properly. But you cannot say that you are in support of the workers if you're cutting and laying them off at the same time that you're supporting consultants and private contractors and businesses that are not paying the fair share. So enough is enough. It's time to put up or shut up.
Tell me what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. But he just doesn't get it. He doesn't want to respect the workers who make this city one of the greatest cities, not only in this country, but in the world. So we have to keep rallying. We've got to keep marching. We've got to tell Bloomberg that he will never shut us up or shut us down.